Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing a shirt with a Korean woman's face on the front, Jennie from Blackpink. I think when I first saw her, was when the group debuted, and the first thing I thought was, man, I'd really like to have sex with her. Anyway, as you know, there's a very embarrassing war going on right now, um, and I'm gonna explain why it's embarrassing. Russia, invaded Ukraine. Um, it's been like 5 days now. You're telling me Russia, with all their, they're supposed to be the second biggest military on the planet, or like the second most formidable military on the planet. Apparently, America's number one. You're telling me they couldn't take Ukraine in a day? This makes me think that Russia is just a paper tiger. And I've always wanted to use paper tiger in the right way, and I finally got to do it. My life is complete. Wow. But anyway, there's been some propaganda coming out for both sides, but that's why I don't even bother watching the news when it comes to this Russia thing. But my favorite story out of the whole Russia embarrassing itself, I come on, Russia's military is like 10 times bigger than Ukraine's. Anyway, so I don't know, like I'm embarrassed for Russia. This looks horrible for them. Anyway, I'm not gonna read the whole article. I'm just gonna read the name. Okay, a former beauty queen, Miss Grand Ukraine. Her name is I can't talk. Anastasia Lena. Um, she's now supposedly on the front lines fighting for Ukraine. Bullshit. I mean, like, there's pictures of her, but the thing is, any picture you see from the media, I just don't believe. There's this one picture of her. It looks like she's using an airsoft gun. Like, it looks like an AR, but if you take a closer look, it's it looks like it shoots pellets. Um, so I don't know if her posing, because it's on her Instagram, and she's like posing. Well, it's, I guess she can't help it. She's a woman, so anytime you put a camera in front of a woman, she either starts posing or starts taking off her clothes. So she's posing. Okay, it looks so like propaganda. It looks like, hey, suit up. We got we got hot chicks on the front lines. And listen, people, not every country is like Colombia where they have chicks on the front lines just to have sex with the other guys. Okay, so lose that fantasy. This is pure propaganda. Just like the other Ukrainian story, they had a pilot. They call him the Ghost of Ukraine, and each story is different. Like he shot down four whatever Russian, I don't know, MiGs, knocked out two tanks, and then a artillery battalion. Like, the exploits of this pilot just get bigger and bigger every time you hear the story. One story was he shot down six planes and like two tanks. One was he shot down four planes. It was a different story every time. But here's the problem. Um, it was video game stats. Those planes, and when I mean those planes, yes, I'm being racist. Those planes don't have a big enough payload to take out, six jets, two tanks, and like an airfield. One plane can't, like one fighter jet can't do that. Remember, they're using, quote unquote, last generation fighter jets. But people read it on the internet, so it must be true. Because even shooting down four jets by himself, um, I'm gonna use this term loosely. Experts say that's pushing it. So yeah, I don't buy it. But anyway, but I do want to make the announcement. I am signing up. I am enlisting in the Ukrainian army because of anesthesia. Anesthesia. Hey, listen. If I have a chance to meet a hot chick on the front lines, I'm gonna do it. So, I've been converted. Okay, it worked. Damn it. Anyway, I also love people are talking. They're like, "Is Vladimir Putin crazy? Who cares?" But then you have people arguing, "No, he's not," and they have other people going, "Yes, he is." Okay, there's only one way to tell if a person's crazy. Now I'm gonna give you a second to think. What what's the one thing that would determine if a person's crazy? Okay, you've had long enough. I'm gonna tell you. Uh-oh, the suspense is killing me. It's what kind of porn they watch. That is the telltale sign of if how to tell if a person's crazy. Okay, so if Vladimir Putin is watching, let's say, okay, let's say if you check his like web browser history and you find out that he frequents OnlyFans and he follows like 16 Ukrainian women and he simps for them. Okay, and then you find out that he uses an anime profile pic and all six women rejected him, and then like that's when he launched the invasion. Okay, if that's the case, then yes, he's crazy. Okay, but let's say if the type of porn he watches is like Japanese lesbian armpit fetish. Well, no, he's just a regular guy. Every guy likes Japanese chicks. Well, in the porn genre, Japanese women are the most popular women in the world, according to Pornhub. Japanese is the most searched word in porn. You know why? Because just because. Um, so if that's his browser history, the Japanese stuff, it's fine. It's fine. But what probably happened is he has an ex girlfriend who moved to Ukraine, and she won't text him back. So he's like, I'm gonna send in the troops. I mean, don't put anything past a pissed off guy, especially like a pissed off alpha male like good old Vladimir. He's like, you're rejecting me. He's like, I have status, I have money. I'm an I'm an alpha male provider, not a beta male provider. I'm an alpha male provider. I got money in a communist country. Being rich in a communist country is impressive. I gotta say. How many elections has this guy won in a row? I mean, like, it puts Biden to shame. Supposedly the most popular president ever in the history of the universe. 81 million votes, all of them legit. Even though, no, seriously, Biden is so popular, dead people came back to life and voted for him. Biden is so popular that people made up addresses and somehow mailed ballots in from those made up addresses because that's how popular he is. People born in the 1800s somehow voted for Biden. Okay, now that's popular, but I forgot how long Putin's been in power. I mean, been the president, but he's won at least 6 elections in a row, at least. Now that's what I call popular. Okay, so I mean, like, he's a true Chad. Vladimir Putin's doing the right thing. Won like 10 elections in a row, and the difference between him and Biden is his elections are legit. You know, it's like no dead people vote for him. All the addresses are actually real addresses. You got to have voter ID, so like it's all on the up and up. I mean, it's not his fault that every time someone runs against him, they do something to break the law and get arrested, or somehow accidentally, die in a freak motorboat accident, even though there's no lakes over there. That's not Putin's fault. So once again, the gods, the gods are shining a light on him. I mean, you thought Biden was popular? No, Putin, Putin, Putin is popular. Come on, he's won 12 elections in a row. You don't get much more popular than that. But America thinks we got something good going on because like our guy got 81 million votes. No, no, no. Putin has good old Vlad's on a win streak. 35 elections in a row he's won. You can't beat that. Come on, come on, man. The most popular president ever in the history of the universe, hands down, Vladimir. But anyway, but other than that, oh man, I've just been stuck in a world of video game madness. Part of me, like you ever do something and then like you blink and 6 hours go by. That's what's going on with me right now. Just playing these video games. But the thing is, normally I would be doing other things. It's just, it's mind-numbingly comfortable, and also I don't have to hear. Because once again, everyone knows my favorite form of entertainment is YouTube. But unfortunately, some of my favorite YouTubers are now experts on the Ukraine-Russia war, and I just can't. I can't deal. I can't deal. What does a 35-year-old man who lives in Pennsylvania, who has 6 cats, and talks about memes? What does he know about the war? Well, apparently everything now. What was a housewife in Florida who does arts and crafts and watches soap operas? What does she know about the war? Apparently everything. Everyone's an expert now. It's so cringe when people who don't know a one iota about the topic and they're talking like they wrote the book on it. How many more posts do I have to see of a celebrity going, "We want peace"? No one gives a fuck what you want. Well, like, you think like the leaders of the world are gonna like look at Sandra Bullock's Instagram and be like, "Oh well, she wants world peace. Well, I guess we gotta do what she says." Like the audacity, the pure narcissism of some people, where they think that because I made a Twitter that said no war, hashtag peace, that's gonna do anything. Like, oh well, I guess Vlad just happened to see my Twitter and he liked it. No, the war is over. Come on, people. The self-importance of people is just blows my mind. Like, really, it just blows my mind. But hey, whatever. Like, if you really cared, you'd be right next to Miss Ukraine on the front lines. Okay? That's how you show you care. Do that. But anything else is just cringe, you know. See, and another thing. Now I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there have been lots of OnlyFans models. They're called models, right? Or should I call them garden tools? There've been lots of OnlyFans garden tools who are giving a Ukrainian discount. I'm not kidding you. There are OnlyFans models. Just go on Twitter. There's OnlyFans models advertising that they are giving a 50% off their subscription to people who live in Ukraine. Some models are taking it a step further and going 50% off to everyone to help support the people who live in Ukraine. How many idiots are going to actually subscribe to like an OnlyFans model because they're giving a discount to help out the people of Ukraine? Now, the money's not being donated. They're just lowering their subscription to half. See, at least people like that are, well, I put them above, the people virtue signaling, going like, we want peace. Because at least the OnlyFans model is providing a product that like everyone likes. Everyone likes a hot chick who likes to take off her clothes. I mean, that's a universal thought throughout the whole world. Everyone likes that. You could be Russian, you could be Ukrainian, you could be Yugoslavian, you could be from Hawaii. Everyone from those countries likes women who are hot, who like to take off their clothes. So I commend all of the OnlyFans models for actually doing that. That is actually the one positive thing that has come out of this war. Actually, two positive things. Uh, One, we apparently Russia is really bad at war because they can't even take over a country that's like the size of a small American city. Um, and two, that thoughts across the world are giving us average Joes a discount to see them naked. Thank you, OnlyFans models, and thank you, OnlyFans, for supporting this. I wonder if they have any OnlyFans models from like Muslim countries. The kind of countries where like the girls gotta dress up in a burlap sack, and so like I guess when they undress, they just I don't know like show their ankle or something like that. I mean I don't know. I'm asking you. Like one of the hottest chicks I ever dated was a girl from Afghanistan. Her name was Gola. Um, Really good looking woman. She was very light. You could pick her up and put her on top of a dryer. I can't go into details about that story. But I'm just saying I like skinny chicks. But yeah, she was hot though, and like I can't believe that she came from a country where like they wanted her to cover up. I mean, I'm like flabbergasted, you know? Because I mean, I remember like when I first met her, the first thing I thought was, damn, this girl. You telling me this girl used to live in a place where she had to cover this up? Mm-mm. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry. She was born in America though, but her family had moved from Afghanistan because um, it's a long story. But let's just say this is what happened. The father, had a kid, and then he had another kid, but this other kid was a girl. He's like, wait a moment, I don't want my girl to live in a place like this because of all the laws and stuff. So he packed up and moved to America, and like he was rich though, and so he brought like the rest of the family. And you know how rich people tend to make other people rich if they want them to be rich. So, like they all came over, and so like she was born here in America though. But like that's why the family was over here. The father had a daughter and didn't want her daughter, to be forced to wear a towel on her head and hump camels. I don't know, whatever other racist thing I can say. I say a lot of racist stuff. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, guys. Peace.